time we saw Alk run in any draft. Because the last time I can remember it was like solo mid Arcanist going Phase Boots mech or Arcane's mech into Blink Dagger. Easy. Have you seen it recently? Or are you just going to go to joinDOTA and type in Alchemist? Are you going to find the instant answer? Bot lane, PPD on that line, Boots first, Aoi 2000 of course on his famous Chen. Not buying... Oh, he spent up all his gold, so I'm guessing Tangos... Cool Tangos, Observer Wards, Courier, everything. Throwing out regen left and right to his team. Then we've obviously got Sumail, Shadow Fiend, mid, Fear on the Juggernaut. Port Alchemist, 24th of February, so not too long ago. That was what, a week ago? Two weeks ago. Port Alk. I'm guessing that was a cap game. We've got King RD on the Earthshaker. Smoke, plenty of regen there. Tavo playing the Clockwork. Barga, Scarth Mage, 4DR. The Alchemist heading down to bot lane, gonna try and invade the Radiant jungle. Get some wards down, try and stop Aoi from farming up too efficiently pretty much. They've only got one observer ward though. No, oh, they've got two observers, one on the clock, one on the Skyrath. No sentries or anything. Maybe they're not planning to go and ward all the camps. Maybe a couple of key ones. The Radiant don't have any sentries, but Aoi does have 200 gold saved up. So if they do realize camps are blocked up, they've got their gold just waiting in standby. Observer goes pretty deep there, giving decent vision from movements between that pull camp and onto lane. There's always a really nice ward down here. It's more often than not the ward that's placed around this area is counter warded, and this one is out of range of the other regular D ward spot, which is up here, because that catches the multiple camp blocking spots all around there. Person we didn't look at, Universe on this Nyx up at top lane, and the Tinker. Where are you hiding? Where's the Tinker? HFN on the Tinker. Both teams going for the early bounty runes. Bot going to be taken by the Dire and top by the Radiant. Pretty standard so far.
The battle begins.
It's a little bit easier for Radiant to take top because of the cliffs they've got here. They've got a high ground vision. They can't be spotted out across the river, so they group themselves up, walk down the ramp, and it's similar for the Dire over here. They can hide in the Roche pit, but they don't really have that same high ground advantage. The Radiant have it up here, but if you've got a Dire ward watching out, actually they don't, that's a Radiant ward spotting out what's going on. Sentry wards, oh that's nice from PP. So he does manage to get that D ward on the deep observer there. Kind of unfortunate, I was saying that this spot here is more often than not D warded, but PPD, he's got his thinking hat on. Already playing very aggressively high up in the lane, right clicks down Tavo, and Cogs not really accomplishing too much. Look at this zoning for PPD. He's got Earthspike now getting right clicks in between Fear and Blade Fury, but they don't have enough lockdown to really do too much damage to the clock. Keep him out of XP range, keep him close to his tier 1 tower. Alchemist up on the safe lane, Alchemist and Skyrath farming away. Universe is taking quite a substantial amount of damage, but now he's got Carapace who can look to turn it back around on Barga. Carapace one of the arcane bolts, then get an impale down and right click the Skyrath a couple of times. Mid, Sumail caught out, the Fisher and the Rockets. They find the first blood, and that's pretty damn good for Pain. So I was kind of expecting this, but not so early. Tinker level 2, 1 laser, 1 set of rockets, and it's more than enough to finish off the Shadow Fiend. So SF, he's building up souls, he's level 3. But even though he did a substantial amount of damage, actually, the Tinker has to be careful. He's got to stay pretty far from this creep wave now, because Sumail, bottling himself up, is able to launch a raise there without wasting any mana. Down a bot lane, Tavo fighting up against the Lion. What I was saying, with Battery Assault, he can potentially just run into the Lion when PPD's got no mana, being burnt out by Cogs, forced to use it pretty aggressively to zone out Clockwork. He runs the risk of dying, but Clockwork, like I said, goes for the Stout Shield first, just to sustain and block through the harass damage coming from the Lion. Boots gonna be next. Pick up those boots, chase down the Lion, and keep that damage going. Aoi just holding the rune there for Sumail. He's stacked up this large camp twice, so he's got a couple of creeps. Wild Wing really is the important one. So he's got that stack going just to allow him to farm. medium cap stacked up for Sumail, so Aoi definitely playing the martyr role here as the Chen. Helping to win mid lane with that tornado, really annoying for a Tinker to deal with, because now Sumail, he can just farm through the waves. With level 2 raises, look, you're just going to raise twice here with a couple of right clicks and pick down the creep wave, forcing the Tinker to, oh, that's a nice raise actually down onto the Tinker to find his tower. But this forces HFN to fight onto the tier 1. He's going to try and get last hits, he's going to try and keep the equilibrium where he wants it, while Sumail going for denies, keeping this lane really in his favor, doubling up on last hits against HFN. Alchemist, 18 for 1 up on this top lane. Pretty unimpeded farm for him, but if you look at the Juggernaut and Shadow Fiend, they are doing exceptionally well on their lanes. Off laner from the Dire, 0 last hits. 2 supports from the Dire, 0 last hits. Then Aoi 2000, who, you know, it looks like he's not really doing too much, but with this stack that he's able to take with the Wild Wing, he's going to suddenly hit level 3. Then he's got level 2 in Holy Persuasion. He'll be able to take a couple more creeps, send one mid, continue farming with the other one, maybe even move down to bot lane. Tarvo is returning back to base though. That I was not expecting. Sumail finding a solo kill on HFN.
Dire's middle
Tinker
tower
does have
is
boots
under
and bottle. It's Ash. Sends them over to himself, but even know how that works. Sumail's finding kills where he shouldn't be. Tinker, I'm guessing. Oh man, 2 in a row.
Dire's middle tower
Time to turn on my map word attack. I've got to keep my eyes out.
Yes.
Top lane, I guess that's a little more expected. The fact that Universe is playing the Nyx. Carapace, level 1. Against the stun, a silence, and plenty of nukes up on this top lane. 1-1-1 build from King RD on that Earthshaker. Stacking wise, the Radiant trying to make the most out of this jungle. A little laser thrown out there. Sumail though with a double damage. HFN cannot fight into that. Korea both flying around. Is that Midas for the Alchemist? He wants to keep the GPM going. He wants to be the most far aggressive Alchemist that you've ever seen. Fear now, 30 last hit. Actually leading up on this Alch. 10 denies, so he's holding the lane where he really wants it. But this last wave, pushing it out so the PPD can pull it back. Brew gets some more experience on him because he's sitting at level 3. He really wants to start moving up to level 6, get those tranquil boots, get a little more gold in his pocket. Same thing with Aoi. They've got 2 relatively greedy supports on EG, but they're not being contested. No way! Sumail, what are you doing to this Tinker? HFN is not having a good time in mid. King RD not there in time for the Fissure to save him. And Sumail with a couple of raises is making short work of this Tinker. 40R taking some sustained damage there from Universe, but not really anything too scary. Tarvo looks like he went for a battery assault move onto PPD, but nothing doing. Even with boots, he's not able to really chase him down.
Radiant's top tower
What kind of build
is
is
under
looking up from
attack.
Tinker? So he's not going for the max rockets. He went for that level 1 rockets just to secure the kill on the Shadow Fiend very early on. Bot Rune gonna get contested. Haste though picked up by PPD. Tarvo stunned down by the Centaur. A couple more right clicks. Do they have another net? No, it's already been used.
Dire's middle
PPD
tower
is still
under
chasing
attack.
with his haste. He's scared of the Earthshaker up on the high ground though. It's not really somewhere that you can go up onto the high ground without any vision whatsoever. They want to go mid. They've smoked up. PPD with level 2 and Earth Spike. Now Shadow Fiend with a Midas. Gonna just go take one of these mod golems. But does Tinker die again here at mid? Haste is running out and PPD gets spotted out. King RD stunned up and snared. Not gonna get there in time. The nuke from Chen does drop King RD pretty low, but the Fissure pretty decent. Sumail double raise. Yep, double raise, but the right click from Chen. Centaur finishing off that poor old Earthshaker. The Fissure was good. It's just that Aoi and Sumail were that much better. Even though the Dire got that first blood, EG are moving around the map making things happen. Fear free farming bot lane, quelling blade, last hits for days. Alchemist with the Midas and treads. His item build has to be pretty spot on. Level 3 in Grievous Greed means that his net worth is going to be higher than the Juggernaut, even though they're equal on last hits. Then you look at the Shadow Fiend, who's got what, 2 kills now. His first death doesn't mean too much. Even if you kill the Shadow Fiend, you know, 2 or 3 times early on into the game, he's still able to go back into the jungle. Still able to find kills with the razors, turn things around. I mean, look at that triple stack in the large camp. All of a sudden, bringing Sumail up to another 1,200 gold. Couple that with a Midas, and you're just keeping this PPM pumping. PPD walking out of the fog there. Tavo gonna get stunned up just about Sphere. Has Omni Slash. If Tavo moves away from his creep wave, he's dead. If he stays near the creep wave, he's dead. One Omni Slash swipe finishes off that clockwork, and EG are starting to dominate this now. Even with a good early start from Pain RC, the fact that EG are controlling bot lane so heavily, mid lane has been pretty much entirely won by Shadow Fiend. The one rotation from Chen and Lion, sure, it helps out, but Sumail has been completely dominating. The one lane Pain really have to fall back on is this Alchemist. They have stacked camps for him. There's medium camp stacked up, large camp. Okay, they're getting these stacks prepped up. They know that they're pretty much putting all their eggs into this Alchemist basket. If they can get him farmed, then he can go fight. Clockwork once he hits 6. He's got the hook shot. They've got the Mystic Flare from Scarth once he gets his ultimate as well. But they've got that solo pick-off potential just to block one person down and nuke them into... The big problem then for me comes from this Tinker. His start hasn't been great. Do these stacks belong to him? Do they give them to the Tinker to try and come back into the game? The balance of the farm here from Pain does matter a lot. I was kind of looking at Alchemist and thinking, okay, they give him the stacks. They get him super farmed, but Tinker needs some farm as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Stack up the camps for the level 3 March. He's got Soul Ring and Rearm. Gonna take these down, get a little bit of gold in his pocket, and hopefully get towards those boots of travel. And when you think about it, he's died twice, he's not too far away. With these stacks, he's gonna get closer and closer. Now gonna be, what, about 800 gold away from it? Still 1,000 gold away from it. Howie with Arcane's first. Smoke ready for him, and he's gonna hit level 6 after this camp. So, Hand of God available. Sumail. Moving up the top lane, Universe is in Vendetta. They're going to try and scout out the Alchemist here. One hit and a stun might open things up for the Shadow Fiend just to walk up and double raise. Now that ult is on cooldown and obviously it doesn't give you that bonus HP, it's just regen now. It's not that good when you've got pretty heavy magic nukes on the Radiant side. Then PPD with level 5.5, Tranquil Boots. Getting well on his way to Blink Tag at 9 minutes in. Net worth-wise, Shadow Fiend pretty much as expected, leading the board there, 5,500. Sumail with that Midas. Got it pretty early on. Keeping tabs on that Alchemist, though, really has to be one of their key concerns. Howie. Catching out HFN, who has gone pretty aggressive up here on the high ground, gets netted up and stunned. Locked in place and taken down by the Chen creeps. Nyx takes the kill on Tinker. Chen has fallen though to the Clockwork. Now PPD, Arcane Bolt. Drops his HP pretty low, but the chase continues. If Universe can land a multiple hero impale, which is pretty much why Pain RC realized, okay, we've got a split here. Fisher launched down onto 3, does lock them in place, but he's got no route of escape. Chen creeps hold him down, and snared and taken out.
Never will you see my face.
Radiant
All in all,
structures
that Tinker
are
losing his life there, definitely not worth it for Pain. Killing the Chen and walking away with what, 2 of your heroes dying, that's pretty rough. You're making space for the Alchemist, but at this point, you need to be making space for the Tinker. You can even tell from the wards they've got. Defensive wards around mid lane, sentry at mid lane. Trying to defend this Tinker as much as they can. They've even got a sentry up here. That, I guess they've not been able to go and de-ward that. Maybe Earthshaker's put it down. So HFN has to return to the jungle, try and farm through these creep camps as quickly and efficiently as he can, but when you've got your Scepter on Sumail, with, along with that Midas, he's going to be looking for kills. He's going to be looking for blood. Possibly just Fisher here. Nope, the Yules happens first, Requiem, see ya! Tavo, hookshot is available, Battery's not going to slow down Sumail. Trying to dodge through it, doesn't have defensive Yules now. Concussive shot will slow him down, and Sumail's going to go down. Tavo, Finger of Death, okay, PPD's level 6. Launches out that finger and Clockwork. Not long for this world. Even though Sumail gets a pretty nice, quick and easy kill on the Earthshaker there, still losing his life. Getting a trade PPD. Down the crossword. Still, EG have full control of this game. 8-4, 11 minutes in. Net worth 7,000 on the Alchemist. What's he going for? 3,000 gold saved. I mean, he can go for anything he wants. Is that Fear going Shadowblade? Ask Commander's face boots Shadowblade. I can fully understand this, because when you're looking at Tinker, who now has Boots of Travel, anytime he TPs to lane, there's the threat of Fear just being there. Sure, he's 800 gold away, he needs that Claymore still. But Tinker now has to be so aware that Juggernaut can pop up invis next to a creep wave. Omni Slash and Blade Fury and just crit him down with Master Madness. Universe very close to his Blink Dagger even, so this offlaner has done exceptionally well. His lane didn't go great, but the movements he's made, getting experience, assist golds, Skyrath and Clockwork walk into the 10 arc, triple Centaur and one Hellbear. Just cannot break that defensive wall. If you walk up to those Centaurs, you get triple stunned, nuke down. Universe could potentially just finish you off with a Vendetta Strike. Sumail now finds Tavo, the battery salt's used defensively, hookshot. He's prepping it, he's thinking about it, goes for PPD, locks him in the cogs. Now the Skyrath Mage throws out a couple of Arcane Bolts and Rockets will actually finish him off. Where's Universe going? Vendetta? Fine though. Varga is here low, 680 HP. Universe has enough damage to take him out. Juggernaut takes the kill on Earthshaker down bot lane, but I'm too busy watching up here. Universe misses his stun, in fact. Concussive shot slowing Universe down. Owie now, not enough damage to finish off that Skyrath. 4DR, battling it up against Shen Creeps. Universe body block, trying to get in front of him, but the movement speed on that Alchemist just a little bit too much. And bot lane. Shadowblade completed for Fear, pushed out of the lane by the Tinker. He's going to be really happy about where he is though. 7,800 net worth without Midas, just full on farming creeps, farming heroes. What's the lead are we looking at? 5,000 net worth lead now for EG, 4,000 experience. Every single lane went well for them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Could Fear really do this?
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Or does he go for the kill? It's a little bit risky going for the kill on Clockwork. They can fully see what's going on. He's just testing the wall. Oh, they know. They're looking out. Are they guessing or do they know? They're grouping up. They're smoking. Is Fear going to get caught out here? They're going the wrong way. If they send one rocket flare over there, Fear is dead.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Is that AC being built up as the first item for Alchemist? That's pretty interesting. Like, attack speed is good on Alch, but a lot of the time you need HP, Magic Community with a BKB, and things like Mjolnir and Abyssal. You want to get strong items because your attack speed is pretty good initially. Get attack speed items then to increase your attack speed. I mean, your base attack time, sorry, is pretty good. With that Chemical Rage. Roshan taken there, plus the Ancients. Fear is just moving pretty much unimpeded across this map. They spot him out, and Tavo is ready with the hookshot. Fear does have Omni Slash. Oh, if he had enough mana, he would have it low. Stunned up, and just no. He's got Shadowblade in a second. Do they have reveal? Sentry's placed. Okay, they've got reveal. I was worried there for a second whether Pain would actually find the kill. Now, when he reports his Omni Slash, he'll be able to use that, but he's missed 21st Universe. Throws out the stun of the 40 yards on hookshot. Looks like Fear in place. Figure out the death mode. More than enough to finish on the clock right now. The Omni Slash level 2, shredding Pain. Clockwork flies back, but what kind of impact can he make? Sumail sends the ES up into the air. Echo Slam does do plenty of damage with the Chen Creeps lying around. But Tavo is now caught between a rock and a hard place. Universe flicks forward. SF goes down to the Tinker Rocket. And Universe looks like he's going to have to make a hasty retreat out of this one. Fear sent back to base. And overall, EG going to be happy with that one. Forcing a Clockwork buyback, forcing Pain away from their farming rituals, and taking Roach, taking Ancients, getting a couple of kills under Fear's belt. He's now got Yasha completed on top of the rest of his items. Even though Sumail has died a couple of times, he's still Shadow. He's still got Blink Yules. His farm rate just really never stops. The fact that he's got Midas and level 4 Razors, he can farm jungle, lanes. There's really no one to stop him from. Oh boy.
My finest work.
Yeah, that's not fun for the Clockwork. Farming a jungle camp because he knows he can't go to lane, but he still gets taken out by Fear. Universe with that pretty quick blink also allowing them to close the gap on the Clockwork just that little bit faster so Fear can pump out that damage. Looks like Fear going into the Basher next. Now AC is done for 4DR. Cart was just saying it's got like a 90% win rate, but I don't know. They've got no real aggressive ability from the Alchemist right now. All he has is minus armor, massive spray and AC. He doesn't have any big damage output. He can't really man-fight against the Juggernaut. Can't really man-fight against the Shadow Fiend because Yules and Requiem will still tear him a new one. Universe with the DD rune, where are you heading? Sentries, observers, Pain are really scared about the map movement here from EG. They've got such a dominant hold on the map that every defensive ward counts. They've got one here to spot the farming patterns of, Sumail, maybe the Juggernaut just moving to the jungle, so they know where one of the threats is. Defensive ward here near the Ancients, so that Alchemist can go and farm the Ancients maybe without getting taken out. Still risky. Still super risky. And when Pain haven't taken a single tier 1 tower down, they haven't been able to utilize Hookshot into Mystic Flare. King RD trying to save up to Blink Dagger, who's only got Brown Boots and Magic Wand. They're going to walk straight into Fear. He's in Fizz, Shadow Bladed up. Again, Deep Observer Ward, super defensive from Pain. On his back, onto Barger, back to the Mud Golem, but then, luckily enough for him, bounces straight into the Alchemist. Swipes 2 down with 1 Omni Slash, and Universe hunting for more. Got Bottle and 1 Stick Charge. He doesn't have enough for a stun really, as he's already expended that one. Sentry. I don't know if he got spotted out here. Apparently he did. Cog thrown down there by Tavo, so he definitely had an inkling that Universe was on the hunt.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
16-7 now, net worth lead overall, 10,000 is wide streaky. Experience-wise, pretty much the same story. Pain with that Tinker having a slow start. He's got Blink, he's got Boots of Travel, but what kind of impact can he make? Because right now EG are at their strongest. They've got items on Sumail, they've got plenty of items on Fear. And then Ari 2000 with Tech and Arcane Boots, a full Chen army that they really do struggle to bring down. Taking towers with ease. Tier 1 mid still standing, Tinker. Where are you going to blink to? In fact, doesn't Shift Q the blink, which I feel is a little bit risky.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, that's not a Basher. Okay. I kind of felt with the Yoga Belt of Ogre Strength that he goes straight into Basher. That would just be a casual Yasha for the attack and movement speed. But Sanjin Yasha makes perfect sense. You need a little bit more HP if you're worried about potentially getting nuked down or chain stunned by Hookshot, Fisher, Mystic Flare, and then laser and rockets from the Tinker. I can fully get behind Fear going for a little more stats. Building up his strength, definitely something Juggernaut needs. Is Tinker going Bloodstone as his third item?
There is no dishonor in regeneration.
So I see that point booster, and my initial thought was Aghanims, which is something we just never see on Tinkers. Bloodstone makes a lot more sense because you can keep that mana regen going. Carapace stunning him up, that's really annoying to deal with. But Bloodstone, it does scale better into late game. Aghanims, if you're defending base, quadruple rockets is nice. Just not sure about the damage output from it. We'll see what HFN does
Dire's
though.
middle
That point
tower
booster
is
could
under
be.
attack.
Fear once again on the hunt through the Dire jungle. Not going to find anyone though because Pain hiding in the
Dire's
trees,
middle
hiding
tower
on high
has
ground, just
fallen.
finding any little nook and cranny they can to put themselves into. Oh man. Sumail finds the Tinker. Requiem, yep. 1 hit, 1 kill. Tinker thought he was safe farming the enemy jungle, but when you've got tier 1 towers still standing, Sumail just walks up to him and uses Requiem. No blink back from the Tinker, just a little bit too slow on the fingers it seems there. PPD goes out, no spike on the Tavo, fingers down, drops into about 36 HP. Now the Hex and another impale for the Universe. Mystic Flare pretty much off the mark, PPD just walks it off. And Omni Slash from Fear in the back end.
Dire's middle tower
Taking down
is
another
under
2 heroes. Juggernaut, what is your KDA right now? 8-0-3. Net worth of 13.5 thousand gold. Sumail with almost 14k after he cleared that creep wave.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top
And now it's pretty much scramble all defenses for Paige. Defend towers, defend base, don't let them take Raptors early on. 22 minutes in with a full 10 army. Look, Alchemist is even buying back. They know how vital it is to really stem the flow right now. They've got so many wounds, they're just bleeding out. It's easy, you know, they made small lacerations. They were slicing pain up in the early game. Omni slash here and there, yeah. But in the past 5 minutes, it's been big wounds. Even Universe is pretty farmed up. Look at that, 7,000 net worth. He's equal with Achenzo, who is 1,000 gold away from his Aghanim's.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
40 R. I don't know. Maxing Greevil's greed and going Midas. It may seem nice in theory, but when you're getting all your lanes pushed in, there's nowhere safe to farm, there's no jungle for you to take, because Fear just did the full loop. He took every single jungle camp, like, yeah, what up?
Attack.
Alchemist, where are you going to farm now? Mid lane? Well, say hello to Sumail. With Boot to Travel, he walks straight. Oh man, no. Is that insta-give him? That does actually just kill him straight up. No BKB, no survivability, no way to survive through that Requiem of Souls from Sumail. The TP down to bot lane, Fear potentially could get into trouble here. They've got a sentry down, they've got a hook shot, Fissure, a Mystic Flare. The Ancient Seal is going to be the big one from Barker though. Level 4 Ancient Seal, just to stun Fear up long enough. Earthseeker blinks in with the Echo Slam, but Fear gets the spin off just in time. Tinker going to cancel that TP because there's no way they can chase him down. Fear in fact going invis and turning this around. He needs another 40 mana to take someone down with Loomis as well, I guess. Oh, if Universe blinks in like that, stuns up the Scarf Mage, it's more than easy. For Fear to just swipe through the low HP and low armor of that Scarf Mage. Carvo with a defensive hook shot, but crits for days as Fear once again takes him down. Sumail, along with Harry 2000, diving behind tier 3s, like, why the hell not? 24 minutes in. You have a super commanding lead, and Pain, it's time to tap out. This is full-on chokehold from EG. At 40 yards, stunned up, and nuked down. GG's called by Pain. There is just no way back into this game. 25-minute victory for EG here in the first game of the MLG Pro League American Division. And that was as one-sided as it gets, really. First blood went the way of Pain, and it started off decently for them. Alchemist getting a lot of farm, but in the end, it just came down to EG having the overall game plan. Juggernaut getting super fat on that bot lane. Aoi 2000 stacking and farming camps, getting a little bit lucky with the Wild Wing early on. And Sumail. I missed the first couple of kills because I just was not expecting them. Taking down the Tinker 3 times in a row on his own, pretty much. Exceptional play from Evil Genius. We'll see what Pain have in store for us in game number 2, whether they can come back up against EG, or whether it's going to be another quick 2-0 from EG. Stay tuned.